How to plan a lesson for a Chinese public primary school. The plan assumes you will be using the Chinese English curriculum and textbooks along with using PowerPoint to produce your lesson. Step 1. Plan an outline of your semester. I count how many weeks there are in the semester, which usually amounts to between 18 to 20 weeks. Of those weeks, I can assume I will lose about 2 weeks due to public holidays and exam periods. The primary school books contain 12 units, over 4 modules per semester, with 4 review units at the end of each module, so 16 units if you include reviews. I teach a unit a class, which means I have 16 weeks worth of material to cover. Step 2. Identify the target language in the unit. At the beginning of each book, there is a contents page with 3 columns per page. The first is the unit title or topic. The second is the key pattern or sentence structure. And the third is words and expressions or the vocabulary. You'll use the structure and vocabulary in columns 2 and 3 to construct your lessons. Additionally, if you feel that you don't have enough material, you can always look back into previous semester books. If you still don't feel you have enough material, you can review the previous class. Step 3. Presentation. At the beginning of the class, you need to present the new structure and vocabulary. If you are staggering the units you're teaching so that you're behind the Chinese teacher in the curriculum, then this is a good opportunity to check for correct pronunciation and structure use. Demonstrate your target language. Then do a whole class drill. To be more engaging, have students use total physical response to act out the language. Next, drill the language again, but by the columns of students. To make this section more engaging, you can put the students in column teams and give points for most participation. Step 4. Practice with a song or chant. Often the unit includes a song which you can sing together with the class. Alternatively, you can use a song or chant video from an online video platform like YouTube or Youku. Step 5. Practice questions. Now is the time to test the students on their comprehension and pronunciation. Can they recognize the words and know how to say them correctly? To engage more students, I will often put numbers next to the answers to allow even the poorest English speakers to participate. If a student struggles with a word or answer, then I take that as an indicator that it may be a problem for other students. So I use that opportunity to drill the specific language point again. Step 6. Practice reading. I look for readings related to the target language to use. They must always have a picture element, so I often use children's picture books or comics. I often change the words to fit my language point. I have the students read together as a class, and to be more engaging, I have students give characters individual fun voices or read in funny ways. Step 7. Practice with a second song or chant. When I choose songs, I look for ones with a catchy hook or chorus and a dance to accompany the song. If a song doesn't have a dance, I will usually make a simple one for the students to follow. Step 8. Practice with a game. At this point, I try to put the target language into a game format. I mostly use a combination of memory match, hidden picture, bomb grids, and charades, to name a few. I find it important that you mix up the games from lesson to lesson so that students don't get too accustomed to them and they don't lose their appeal. Step 9. Production. Practice is very teacher-led. Production is the freer practice of English with minimal teacher involvement. In an ideal English foreign language classroom, production would be a large component. However, I found with near 50 young students, it's very difficult to accomplish effectively. For those reasons, I rarely get to production with my students. With that said, I've had limited success with dialogues in pairs, role plays, and adding their own lyrics to songs we've sung. Step 10. Conclusion. To end the class, I will put up a final slide, all the target language, so I can do one final drill. If the students have many points and have been well behaved, then I will show a short cartoon. If they have been bad students, then I will do more drills or make them stand in silence until the bell sounds. This plan is specifically for grades 1, 2, and 3. Grades 4, 5, and 6 are different as they are growing in maturity. Presentation and practice are still necessary, but you can add a greater emphasis to the production aspect of the class. This means less singing songs and more analyzing them, even writing their own lyrics. Less reading stories and more students making their own stories. Basically, allowing the students to have a freer reign over the English classroom sandbox.